Peace, family. Just a random pop in, you know what I mean? It's kind of on a ride and wanted to vent and discuss a little bit about how the opposition, our peers and family around us, they are not retarded or slow, you know what I mean? And sometimes we want to put them in that category or that lane and label them as slow or retarded or something in that manner, you know what I mean? But usually when you're involved in engaging with these beings for a while, you'll start to understand that a lot of their tactics and behaviors they were doing was all intentional. It was all intentional. And because we use the word demonic and it has such a hard condensation on it, people stray away from it. You know what I'm saying? It's not like saying like, oh, like the opposite of saying like you're like being a light worker. You know what I'm saying? That's completely different. So when people hear this word demon and demonic, it's the terminology that we using today. You know what I mean? But it doesn't really equate for the emphasis on how deep this spiritual war is and the representation of that word. So what I mean by like a lot of these beings are not retarded, they demonic. A lot of us end up in places in positions to where we feel as though like, and then we'll hear other gurus talking and saying as if it's our fault, you know what I'm saying, on a high percentage scale. So when these things are being discussed, they always should discuss it at a percentage scale. Everything is on a percentage scale. As far as accountability, we do take a percentage of that. You know what I'm saying? Like it's like if you're playing on a basketball team, football team, y'all all take a percentage. Y'all all take a percentage for the loss. But if you know that Raekwon took that last shot and he took it from half court and it was not called for, you know what I mean? He's gonna take a higher percentage of that as the reason for the team losing. Not all of it, but a higher percentage. That's no different than what we are dealing with every day on a day-to-day basis as far as trying to help other beings around us while helping ourselves and growing and learning. Because a lot of times, a lot of people feel as though like you can build yourself to some great space and then all of a sudden now is the right time that you can start helping and healing. You know what I mean? And we all know that if you're in this Western society, that's not how it's gonna work. If you're gonna help and heal yourself, the beings around you, the community that you're around, or the people you're trying to reach, you already understand that you are gonna have to put a lot more footwork in. You know what I mean? And when we engage with some of these beings, you know what I mean, especially for like our family members, siblings, and some of these other ones, we've been spouses, we've been around for a long time. It's like, we know we aren't retarded, you know what I mean? We know we aren't retarded. That's not the space we go in. You know, we make some decisions based off of living life, but we aren't retarded or insane. Insanity is the definition of doing the same thing, expecting different results. We don't live in that space of expecting to do the same thing and to get different results, you know what I mean? But we also put a lot of weight and value on the things that we do, the things that we say, you know what I mean? And this is something that the opposition do not take into account for. So when you're around people that you're dealing with for a long time, it's gonna seem like they are retarded. It's going to seem that way. But when you process the situations that you go through numerous of times, day to day, week to week, month to month, you have no choice but to process it as this shit is intentional. It's intentional. So one small example would be like, if you told somebody, hey, every time you put a dish in the sink, I'm gonna put a dish on your bed. And then they start getting mad that you putting dishes on their bed. It's because you held weight and substance to your words. Once you say it, you know you're gonna have to do it. So you're not gonna put your word onto something that you know you are unsure of or you're not really going to do. You know what I mean? So The other beings is not the same, you know. That's how, like, when you in this space for a long time, you start to know that it's demonic, because there's no way that somebody could tell me, look, all right, hey Chris or Beats, whatever they want to call me, track. Look, if you every time you put a video out, I'm gonna put one out belittling it, you know. If I don't want to be belittled in another video, then I automatically know, okay, I'm gonna either have to block that thought process, or I'm gonna have to not put no content out. Because I know if I put content out, this being has already expressed and explained to me what they are going to do. It's not a threat. It's not a threat. That's what a lot of these demonic beings be getting mixed up is. They feel as though because their words hold no fucking weight and value and substance to it, that they feel everybody else's is the same. You know, they feel as though you're gonna constantly keep giving that same energy every time that demon pops up. So for me, it was like when the demon presents itself, it's like the mole game. You know, the little mole game when you play at Chuck E. Cheese or something, where so I'm gonna beat it down. You know what I'm saying? So for me, it's like I done been in plenty of fights before school, after school, and I still going about my day. Just be. You know, this is because it keep tweaking. I really was just popping in to kind of drop this down real quick, kind of like one of my other videos, without having to go through the whole upload process. You know what I mean? But it's all intentional. It's all intentional. You have to be aware that it's all intentional. These people aren't retarded. You don't have to feel bad or guilty because you chose to help somebody, or you chose to open the door, or y'all chose to try to build something because you wanted to see something in your sibling, you wanted to see something in your spouse, you wanted to reconnect with your mom. You know what I'm saying? It's not anything wrong with trying to reopen these avenues and to do better and to be better, because we do want to put out a better life. But we also have to understand, like, if I pick up a snake and the motherfucker chomp me up, then it's a snake. Like, I shouldn't be mad or surprised. I should have been more careful and aware of it. So with some of these beings, it's so many word spells that get casted out here in today's society that we wiggle around things, and I stabbed him in the back of the shoulder. Now they want to be mad and rattling all these things. You know what I mean? They want to rip and run because, oh well, he stabbed me. I caught a stab wound. I caught a that. You had a lot of these beings in situations that you have with them afterwards will be them gossiping and telling people about you when you already told them what was going on. You know what I mean? You already hipped them to everything that was already happening. So it's weird when people only want to blurt out situations about your being and character to other people when they are frustrated, upset. You know? And I know we have a tendency to do that to a certain degree. You know what I mean? But most of us, like beings, we have to be pushed to a brink in order for us to start doing that and putting that kind of energy. It's just keep to back. It was a big risk. It was a big risk. You know what I mean? So it's just understanding a lot of these things. Everything is it comes with the big risk. So we are risk takers. So sometimes for us, when we put ourselves in the positions to take that risk on a being or a situation and things, because we have to figure out for ourselves if this is real or honest energy. If it's not real, or lingered and pondered in situations until it hurts you. We're gonna get a disconnection. So what I am going to do is popping back up here again, because I already was telling myself we needed to do this more. I will be popping back up here again later this evening for another live stream. This one will just pop in, just kind of to catch a vibe and just kind of get out, because I know I needed to start doing this more often anyways, you know what I mean? Just so I can start building in with more of the tribe. I see a lot of y'all names down there, a lot. Trust me, I see it because I know who has been vibing this entire time. So I know you're there. You know what I'm saying? Like,